Hi, this is Sheena Alexander here, and this is Sheena TV. Today I want to talk to you about God's view of marriage. Now, sometimes we don't understand the purpose and the idea of marriage, but marriage was given as an institution by God in which husbands are to love their wives as sacrificially as Christ did, and one must subject themselves to their husbands. Now, Ephesians 5:22 through 24 says, "Wives, submit yourself to your own husband as you do to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church, his body, of which he is the Savior. Now, as the church submits to Christ, so also wives should submit to their husbands in everything." Now, people fail to understand this concept of subjecting to their husbands and husbands loving their wives as Christ loved the church. But loving the wife like Christ loved the church is an unconditional love. So we look at Christ's life as a blueprint. The universal church is the bride of Christ. Now, when I mention the term church, I am not referring to a building. The church is all those who have put their trust in Jesus Christ for their salvation. See, the church has not perfectly loved Christ. It is through Christ's perfect love that we, the church, are loved. Now, the love of Christ is unconditional and sacrificial. Now, many marriages now are based off of feelings, and that is extremely conditional. And I hear those who are married say a lot that how they don't want to be married anymore because they're not happy. The thing about conditions is that the man has to love his wife even if she doesn't love him back. Now, the church rejected Christ and he still pursued her. The love that Christ has shown us is the type of love that is so compelling that when you did not love him because of his love, because of his amazing love, it has caused you to love him. Now, Christ died for the church, and your future husband should also love you so much so that he too is willing to die for you. So Christ also shows us that he is our servant, and although he is our leader, therefore your husband should be someone who seeks your best interest, one who sees his service to you as ministry, never looking to abuse you or defeat you or misuse you or do anything that is derogatory or harmful to you in any way. If he's not hurting himself, he shouldn't hurt you. So Ephesians 5:28 says, "In the same way, husbands ought to love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself." After all, no one ever hated his own body, but they fed and cared for their bodies, just as Christ does the church. For we are members of his body. And ladies, when it comes to conditional love, are you willing to risk being subject or submissive to a man who is not loving you the way Christ loved the church? Now, this video is to help you as a single woman recognize and identify when you see a godly man. The example that Christ has given the church is true love, and it's the same standard that you should have as well. So I come from a family where marriages are successful and they're healthy. Now, the longest marriage in my family so far is over 50 years. So I've witnessed all my life the joys of good marriage. So I highly recommend marriage when it's right. And that's what I want for you. If it's your desire to be married, to have a wonderful relationship with an amazing man. And as verse 26 and 27 says, a man that is willing to make you holy, cleansing you with the washing with water through the word, to present you to himself with radiance, without stain or wrinkle or any other blemish, but holy and blameless. Your marriage won't be perfect because both of you are growing into the conformity of Christ. But God's view of marriage is when both husband and wife have a mutual exchange of serving and submitting, loving and self-sacrificing, never leaving, never ending, unconditional kind of love. I want you and for your future husband to enjoy the beautiful institution called marriage that God Himself has created. So here's your tweet quote. The Christ kind of love is my aim. I hope this sheds some light on God's view of marriage, and I want to hear from you. What are some of your aha moments from this video? Now, as always, the fun really starts after the episode over at SheenaAlexander.com. So go over there and leave a comment now. And did you like this video? If so, subscribe to my channel and share it with all of your friends. And if you want more resources to live a life pleasing to God, plus updates and inside information from me that I only share on email, head on over to SheenaAlexander.com and sign up for email updates. And if you have any questions, go ahead and send it to me by email, and I'll make a video with a response to your question. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time on Sheena TV.